if I'm with my Brilliant Business Advice site, that's, I want to turn that into an entrepreneurial, media company that serves the entrepreneurial market better than some other, publications online.
Let's talk
So,
about that a little bit because I mean, you started off as an athlete, right? Playing baseball,
yep.
and I mean, you got into a point where I guess when you were done school, you started gaining some weight, and
Well,
you that was a couple of what, a year ago now, maybe a year and a half,
well, here's what I
that
will
you
say.
started this new goal.
Here's what I will say. I got into Boston College. It was September of 2004 when everything started. And basically, kind of in a nutshell, I actually ended up losing my father the November of my freshman year
Wow.
to a heart attack,
Wow.
where he passed away right in front of me. 30 seconds. His wake was on my 19th birthday. His funeral was the day before
Oh,
Thanksgiving, and
I'm
I
sorry to
was
hear
just
that. Wow.
devastated, devastated. I mean, so it's kind of like that was the start of my college career. Not to
Oh,
mention that I had a massively spoiled brat roommate. It kind of like one of those situations where his dad sold his internet company for multi-billion bajillion
jeez.
dollars, and he's lived in a 20,000 square foot house, and everybody waits on him type environment. So it was kind of like everything happened with my dad. I had this roommate, and it was just like that's how my college years started. So it was kind of like my weight up to the point like I probably went in to college at around probably 205 as a pitcher in great shape, and came out probably I'm guessing around 235 240.
Yeah.
And like I look at pictures of myself like my senior year in college, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, that's not even the same person.
Yeah.
um, and then it's like at that point, then I graduated. I worked for the Macy's Home Store for a short period of time in New York City. That was when I lived in New York. And then at the time, during my junior and senior year of college, I ran the Entrepreneur Society, and that's kind of all the networking that I was doing on Facebook. That was opening up new avenues and new relationships where I met probably 90 to 95% of the speakers that I invited there through my Facebook networking.
That's
So,
cool.
one of those was, the author that you both know that I've worked with.
Yeah.
Not gonna share the info or details about it, but um, worked with him, and basically he was the person that I worked with after being recruited. So I was recruited to work at Macy's, and then he gave me what he gave me, and I walked away from Macy's and then moved to New Jersey. So working in New Jersey with the person that I was working with, um, that was it was a startup environment, selling books, and some things could have definitely been done differently, but we'll just keep it at that. And in simple terms, that was a lot very stressful as well. So not only did I graduate, 235, 240, but then it's like you add on more stress, and
Ooh.
that's how you get to 265 pushing 270.
Holy
And
crap, dude.
I mean, I was 270 pounds. Like there were times before I really went on this massive
Unbelievable.
like weight loss journey. I was getting on the scale and I was like, oh my god, I hope it doesn't go to 300. What the heck am I gonna do? You
Holy.
know. So I mean, right now I'm 200. I'm back
You're
down
200
after
right now.
I'm 200 right now.
Woo!
And maybe my body composition is not what I want it to be, but the weight on the scale, if you want to kind of use that as the barometer, it's 200. But
Yeah.
kind of my story and kind of tying it all together, it was like I killed that person, and then it turned into me coming home. So I relocated back to California, drove cross country, and at that point, it was just then I kind of started out on my own. I did really well with the author that I was working with, and then I had a lot of people that said, "Scott, you did so well with him. Work with you." So that's kind of was the start of my consulting company for a short period of time, and it was
Excellent.
like at that point where I really kind of confronted. I think maybe some people on the call can relate to this, that there's sometimes so many things going on in your life, and you're trying to deal with this thing and that thing and manage this